Hi, my name is Sam Johnson and I am a voice teacher. Today I will be reacting to and analyzing Måneskin performing, that's the word, Supermodel. Cool guitar riff.
All on at parties in a deadly scene low at she loves the cocaine don't love her back. When she's obsessed, she talks to Mari and take deep breaths. She's a 90s supermodel.
Good, so he's going up to the D over and over and over and over and over and over. It's right around where a lot of lower voices have a bridge, a passaggio. It's actually really hard to sing on the passaggio, and I think that a lot of times people think like, oh, I can sing this F. Why is this D so hard for me? Well, it's because it's different. Like, things that are different can sometimes be hard, and sometimes it's easier to sing high notes than low notes. What I'm hearing with him is that he's adding that kind of sound, which I can't do super well. I don't know how to do it as well as he's doing it. Historically, a lot of people have thought that any sort of distortion sound like that has been really bad for the voice. I think that recently there has been a lot more acceptance in the voice world that if you can make these kinds of sounds repeatedly and you're not losing your voice, that it's probably fine. The next level of that is like actually recognizing, yeah, this is actually not bad for you. Like it's just straight up not. And at least if you're doing it in a way that isn't hurting you, and therefore you can sort of teach these kind of things if you really specialize in this kind of sound. I don't really specialize in this specific kind of sound because I've never really been able to figure it out in myself, and I haven't really figured out specific ways of teaching it. But the fact that he's going back and forth between that distorted sound and a cleaner sound, and the fact that he's like sustained a career over the last, gosh, I don't know. I feel like I saw them on SNL a year or two ago. I can't remember exactly when, but he's been performing for a while and he hasn't lost his voice. All of that kind of shows he knows what he's doing. And the fact that he's able to stay so well on pitch while adding that effect, like he's a really impressive vocalist. I also think it's cool that there are a few bands that are bringing back guitar music, because for a while there, guitar music was dead. And now we've got these guys and we've got Greta Van Fleet that are kind of making it cool again for a generation that hasn't really been exposed to it as much.
Yeah, she's a master. My compliments. If you wanna love her, just do that.
I'm also impressed that he's able to sustain that kind of the distorted sound at lower volumes. Whenever I try with this specific kind, I always tend to get really loud, and I know that that's wrong, and that's probably why it's not working as well for me.
Save her every moment till she has to go, 'cause her boyfriend is the 1, 2, 3, everybody jump.
So when he went over to the 1, 2, 3, he kind of changed the tonal quality, because everything else before has had more of that like there's a lot more maskiness. That's a stupid thing to say, because like I that's just assuming that he's feeling it in his mask, or if I say head voice, that's assuming that he's feeling it in his head. And it's probably right, because I've asked enough people, and most people, when I am like, are you feeling it there? Most of them are like, yeah, kind of. There's this kind of whiny quality to his voice, and then when he went to this, the more spoken kind of call, it turned into more of a yelly kind of thing. I think that the yelly tone is cool. It's harder to sing on pitch well, especially as you start getting into higher pitches. I think the way that he was singing is really, really good. And again, it shows that he's able to go back and forth between a bunch of different tones. And to me, that's a really good sign of flexibility in the voice and sustainability in the voice and familiarity. Like, it just shows that he knows his instrument well and he's making appropriate choices.
Alone at parties, just working around the clock. When you're not looking, just still in your busky yacht. Low waist the bounce on only fans. I'd pay for that. She's a 90s supermodel. Yeah, she's a master. My compliments. If you wanna love her, just believe that she'll never love you. Just look a bit like
I wish I could see his face a little bit more with this cut. It's kind of frantic, so it's really hard to say like, oh, this is what he's doing. But there are a few times that his mouth goes quite wide, but the tone doesn't really change. Like, it just sounds like a consistent tone, and that's another sign of someone that knows what they're doing pretty well. If the front of your mouth is able to make some of these bigger changes and be a lot more expressive, but there's still a very consistent tonal quality. He sounds like him all the way through.
Sing her every moment till she has to go. Rama! 1, 2, 3, chum, 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 chum.
So with that other call, it still felt like more of a call, but that's the highest note that he's gone to, the Ra! That kind of sound. I can't make it. Like when I went into that, it turned much more singy. He's an interesting vocalist. I wonder what his background is. If you are a super fan, or maybe even a stan of Måneskin, am I saying that right? I think I am. I watched a video. It's Moonlight in Danish, which is a thing. Anyway, if you know these guys really, really well, I would love for you to let me know in the comments what his background as a singer is. Has he taken lessons? Has he been singing since he was 3 or 12 or performing a long time? Because he looks so comfortable on stage, but he also looks very, very young.
She's a 90s supermodel.
Cool. They make catchy music. Like I remember when I first saw Beggin', I think it was on Saturday Night Live. I thought it was good. I thought it was like interesting sounds. It's not the kind of music that I just like generally put on and listen to nonstop, to be completely honest. But it was stuck in my head a lot. Even right now, I'm hearing it in my head. I'm begging! Again, like every time I go into it, it's really, really loud and it's not as comfortable and it's not right, for sure. Just the quality of his voice is something that we haven't really heard in very popular music in quite a while. And even looking back, it's like, yeah, he's got a really unique sound. Obviously, we could look and be like, he's got some of these influences and there are other people who have done things similarly at other times, but I'm not writing that research paper right now. He sounds good. He sounds good. He sounds healthy. He looks really good. Obviously, like on stage, he looks super comfortable. The aesthetic is all there. It totally makes sense to me why these guys are huge. This song, though, like all of the singy parts, he never went above an E. And that's another thing that's kind of cool because most people just sing really, really high all the time. And this kind of stuff is stuff that like a lot more people could actually sing. You know, there is a drastic lack of music that only goes up to an E4. And it makes it really difficult for a lot of people who are trying to sing rock music or any sort of popular music to find repertoire to sing. And this is one that a lot of people could at least sing along with. Are they going to be able to get the exact tonal quality as he is? No, but I don't think that they should be trying to. I think that they should just kind of work on trying to develop their own style and use this as just inspiration. What do you think? Do you think we should all be trying to sound like Måneskin? Is he just like so good that that's what everyone should sound like all the time? And if you're not sounding like him, that we should just think that you're not a good singer? Sound off in the comments. Let me know. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Please leave a comment. And if you're interested in taking some voice lessons from me or from another teacher who I respect a lot, go over to vocalease.net. Thank you.